Good morning, everyone. It is 6:30 a.m. in the morning, and I have been up since 3 a.m. I'm turning into a AM person. Most of you, especially my top 3 students, which would be David, PJ, and Billy. There's another 3 in there, but those 3 come to my teachings almost daily. Now, they know, they've heard me enough times that I'm into names of people in the New Testament. That's why, if you can find one or order it, who's who in the Bible? There's Old Testament and New Testament names. It goes by like a dictionary, alphabetical order. The first letter of your name, who's who in the Bible. I'm into people. Next is cities. Now, cities go through name changes. After cities and nations, even some nations have name changes over thousands of years. And cities like Antioch. There's an Antioch of Pisidia in the middle of Asia, in the middle of Turkey. Antioch I, named by a Greek conqueror before what was the Greek that conquered over to India? Can't remember his name. He was young. Anyway, then this general, early Greek general, renamed some cities after he conquered them. So we have Antioch I in Assyria in the middle of Turkey, near Pisidia. We have Antioch II in Assyria. Okay, and that's where this Bible comes from. This Bible is interesting, but the man took, in the beginning of the Bible, Galatians, Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Philemon, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, and finally got to Laodicea. He realized that the Ephesian letter is the Laodicean letter. The Ephesian letter is a circulation letter. Many names were put on the words of the Ephesian letter, and he put Laodicea on the words or the verses of the Ephesian letter. Did you understand that one? So, basically, he took 7 letters, or 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 plus 1 letters of Paul, the first half of Paul's ministry, and made this Bible and called it 141 AD. And they were Assyrians. And what? They were first called Christ believers, Christ disciples, or Christians at Antioch II of Assyria by 40 AD. I am into names of people, names of cities, names of land masses. Galatia is a landmass, not a city. It's an area of land in the middle of Turkey, Galatia, like Texas in the United States. And I'm also into rivers who got name changes, but the river's still there after thousands of years. Hierapolis in Colossians, the Tri-Cities. Colossians, Laodicea, Hierapolis, still there with a name change, but the volcanic hot springs that humans soak in are still there 2,000 years later, and the city's still inhabited with humans 2,000 years later after being mentioned in Colossians, and we're mentioning Hierapolis of the Tri-Cities. What are the Tri-Cities? Colossians, Laodicea, and Hierapolis. And the fourth city is Ephesus headquarters on the west coast, within 100 miles of the Lycus River Valley, where the Tri-Cities are at. Colossae, Laodicea, and Hierapolis. The fourth city is Ephesus. Then you got over the top on what I think it would be the third missionary journey of Paul. What's over the top? Over the top is Philadelphia, Thessalonica, Berea, Athens, Greece, Corinth, and there's another city next to Corinth that's mentioned. And I'm drawing a blank on it. But they're real close, within a day's walk. Cenchrea? Could be Cenchrea. Don't hold me to that one. And Rome. Here's a test question for all my students, and I'm not going to give you the answer. Find the answer in Acts, the end of Acts. How long did Paul teach in Rome in his own rented house? How long did Paul teach in Rome in his own rented house? You get double gold stars if you get that one right. So, I am into 5-year segments from the cross. 5 years forward, Damascus, Paul's conversion. 5 years forward, first called Christians at Antioch. Assyrians called Christians. 5 years forward to Lystra, where he finds Timothy. 5 years forward, by 50 AD, 40, 45, 50 AD, Ephesus. 5 years forward to Corinth. 5 years forward to Rome. 2 years forward to Rome set on fire, 64 AD. 5 years forward from 62 to 67, where Paul winters on the west coast of Macedonia. And within 2 years of wintering on the west coast of Macedonia, Paul is imprisoned for a second time and beheaded with a sword. Why was Paul beheaded with a sword and not hung on a cross? Paul was a Jew, wrenched out of Judaism, and became a disciple teacher of the new sect called the Way, Disciples of the Way, which is before Antioch 240 AD, Assyrians being called Christians, which is 250 years before the Catholic Church, who really messed things up and hid the truth. The Catholic Church is one of the longest religious organization churches that hid the truth in the Bible or on earth, because they're still active today. They were strong in the time of Rome for 6 or 7 years, but the Catholic Church lasted after Rome fell. And the Catholic Church exists to today. And apparently, we talk live to the last pope. Did you ever think of that one? Apparently, there's no more spaces on the ceiling for another pope's picture. I don't even know why I chased that rabbit. Helen accuses me of chasing rabbits. Let's get back to my point at 9 minutes and 37 seconds. I teach the name, who's who in the Bible, the names plural of disciples of the new sect called the Way. I teach nation, land masses, and rivers. such as the Lycus River. There's only two major rivers that dump into the ocean on the west coast of Turkey, one above Ephesus, one below Ephesus. The one below Ephesus 2,000 years ago was called the Lycus River. It's still there today with a name change. 100 miles up that river were three cities, Colossae, Laodicea, and Hierapolis. Hierapolis still inhabited today with a name change, and the volcanic hot springs are still there. And it was an earthquake that disintegrated Colossae and Laodicea, but Laodicea was rebuilt for a time. It was a larger city. People's names, nations' names, land masses' names, cities' names, rivers' names, religious organizations' names. Love you. Bye. The Catholic Church made a mess of the truth. Love you.